Welcome into the 4 on 5. I'm Haley Kennedy.
He walked around this corner over here, passing this window, and entered into the building through this window right here. Now we're told that there were 15 elementary school age students on this bus. 7 of them were taken to the hospital. This wind is it's pushing me down. The snow just keeps on falling. It's honestly so magical. I kind of feel like I'm in a huge snow globe right now. I'm gonna try not to slip like I did earlier today, but you can just tell it is super slippy. To me, it seems like this cow has said, holy cow, it's hot outside, as you can see her swimming in the pond trying to cool off. This is a historic election. What does it mean for the Alabama voters, the black voters in our community here in District 2? So I stepped up to the tee to see how hard it really is. That wasn't too bad. Don't let me fool you, it was bad.
Viewer video captures the moments right after a deadly confrontation involving Baldwin County deputies. It happened Sunday evening during a traffic stop on the Baldwin Beach Express. As a national immigration crackdown continues, WKRG learns of Mobile County inmates being detained by federal immigration officials. Right now, there are 12 ICE detainees in Mobile Metro Jail. And Grant, when I was a kid, I would be kicking, screaming, and crying whenever my mom would tell me to put on a jacket because it's cold outside, but that shouldn't be the case tonight, right? Yeah, now, I will say, I was scared of E.T. I still kind of get scared of E.T. when I was a kid watching it, the finger and the whole weirdness of all that. I couldn't get behind it.
Judging but not judging. Right?
Yeah. it's a judge.
Yeah. Well, Ed, we're not going to have a white Christmas, but we're going to have a rainy Christmas.
Yeah, not dampening Santa's mood, though.
A woman accused of killing her husband on New Year's Day is speaking exclusively to WKRG News 5's Haylee Kennedy. Haylee joins us now in the studio. And Haylee, you sat down with this woman and her father today at Metro Jail to hear what they say happened, and they had quite a story to tell you.
Yeah, they sure did. Genesis Tanksley tells me what Mobile County Sheriff deputies are saying is not true, and that she does not have what it takes to kill anyone, let alone her husband. But she does know who did it.
Hands and feet locked in shackles.
I've been wrongly accused by law enforcement, and that their job is for justice.
Genesis Tanksley is accused of killing her husband, Lazarus Tanksley, early on New Year's Day.
He was already shaking, and you could see his soul leaving his body.
Mobile County deputies say Tanksley went to her husband's home, got into an argument, and shot him to death. But Tanksley says that's not true, claiming that she and Lazarus got to the house at the same time.
But there was a guy that was there. I noticed him.
That guy she describes is a 5'8" male with a darker complexion, but a stranger to her and her husband. She says the man tried to get into the back of her car, asking for a ride.
Lazarus came to the right side of the door, and then he opened it. Then, pow, the gun went off. He shot immediately.
She says witnesses helped get Lazarus into the car, and she drove him to USA Health, but then left him there.
Why didn't you stay at the hospital?
Because Lazarus was dead.
Leaving him for dead, Genesis says she went back to the house to gather evidence and to go tell her dad.
So when she said what she said, I immediately shut down. I can't, that's it, I can't, that's it, I don't want to hear nothing. I can't take this.
Andre Kostarfin says when deputies knocked on his door, he already knew what would happen to his daughter.
You're going to be locked up tonight, and you're going to be accused of murder. This man right here, that detective, he's going to say you done it.
Now Genesis is locked in jail thinking about the person she says killed the love of her life.
Lazarus want him arrested, but me, I wouldn't say nothing.
You don't want him arrested?
I wouldn't try to judge nobody, but if I was God and I had to judge somebody, I wouldn't. It won't be nice. It won't be none good. It won't be none good.
Do you want justice?
Yeah.
Lazarus and Genesis have 2 kids together, and one is only a few months old. Genesis is scheduled to be back in court for a preliminary hearing next week. In the studio, Haley Kennedy, WKRG News 5.
The key to a new beginning, something Danica Grisby and her 2 kids were over the moon about.
You don't see this in Mobile, Alabama. Like, Mobile, you did this in Mobile. Like, that is crazy. Like, and I was numb for a couple days, like, this couldn't have happened to me.
Just 5 days after moving into her new home, she received a knock on the door from management.
He said, hey, I just talked to main office. This house is still up for rent. Can I see your lease?
So she showed him the fine print.
He said, yeah, that's not our lease or my keys.
The single mom of 2 confused. She toured the apartment prior with the man who allegedly listed the property on Facebook, paying a $1,000 security deposit before moving in.
I tried to call the number, text the number. I couldn't get contact with him.
The next day, she had to move out.
Now I'm just starting back over because that money that he took was like savings. So now I'm starting from zero.
Grigsby is not alone in this situation. Shortly after making a post on Facebook explaining what happened, she was added to a group chat of at least 17 other single mothers in Mobile facing the same scam.
I really just was like mind blown. Like, I didn't know what to do.
Kiana Taylor was only in her new home for 1 night, paying the accused suspect $1,200, having the same disappointing conversation with a completely different property manager.
Then I told the leasing company, I was like, well, how did they get your key? And he said that he came out to view their property, and once he viewed their property, he went to a store, made duplicates of the keys, and then posted the ads on Zillow or Facebook as if they were for sale.
Now both mothers are still in shock.
We not no bums, and we make good money. Like, I'm a CNA. Like, I make good, decent money. Like, we were just trying to put a roof over our kids' head.
The Mobile Police Department says that this is an active investigation. Reporting in Mobile, Haley Kennedy, WKRG News 5.